is going on, everybody? It's your boy Where's Fluffy, bringing you another Dauntless video. And today we're going to be going over the legendary Umbral weapons that you get from Thrax off of the Umbral escalation. Its other two counterparts, they basically have the prismatic cell slots, and then you can add in whatever you want from any other Umbral weapon. Now I'm going to just start by saying this weapon is pretty dope, it's pretty godly. I've enjoyed using it so far. The legendary ability itself is just you teleport into the sky by going into the ground while doing damage, and then you do more damage coming down. And like its other counterparts, it resets on every behemoth kill, so you can only use it once per behemoth kill. Nothing new has pretty much changed there. Now, based off of what you can see on my screen, I'm running something I ran for the Stalker Scorn, and I basically just threw Fractured Realities in there because it's a little bit better, and then threw the Stalker Scorn has the bind for this weapon because you get the extra cell slot plus the passive from Stalker Scorn. And this is my perk summary on the right side. Basically 6 Berserker, 6 Discipline, 6 Iceborne, because I do run a lot of escalations. And for escalations on those Half-Life build, you definitely do need the extra lifesteal. Plus 6 Rage, Conduit, Knockdown King, Molten, and Wild Frenzy. Now this is just a build I have going right now. Chances are I'm going to more than likely switch it around because I can probably find a way to make this a lot better. Because when it comes to the legendary items, they're all about just doing kind of what you want them to do and fitting more to your playstyle. That's exactly what the prismatic cell slots are used for. I personally also like crit builds, so I went Titan's Crash, and I have them run Echo Burst Driver because you get more damage based on the crits you use. So that's just what I'm using so far. But again, I'm going to definitely switch this build around later at some point. But if you wanted to run this is just what I'm running, it's definitely helpful. Now, in my opinion, these weapons were probably the hardest to get thus far out of all the escalations. This one just seemed a little bit more difficult, but definitely worth it. Now, I usually do my videos a little bit different, but this time I'm going to try something a little bit different. And I'm going to show you clips of how the weapons work and me basically playing with them through a lengthy escalation. Just to give you a feel of like what I've done and how I've been using them and how I sort of play with them and all these other type things. And just go over my thoughts on why they're worth it or not. So I'm going to just go ahead and stop talking now. We're going to go ahead and hop into that. And these weapons are the hardest to get, but they're also the best, in my opinion, out of all 3 legendary weapons right now. They're super strong, and I feel like that's because Umbral in and of itself is the hardest to farm in terms of trying to get the best weapon in the game. And the Umbral weapons itself have really good passives like Stalker Scorn, you get more damage, and the weapons you get from Shroud, that passive also has the potential to be really good in certain situations. And then on top of that, it has a legendary ability. And why I say this is the strongest is because the legendary ability can be used in a variety of ways. It's a weapon that obviously gives you ability that does more damage, but is more to it than just that. If you think outside the box, you could really use this as a defensive ability, like to get out of a pinch, because it doesn't have a charge up like the Malkarian weapons where you can interrupt. And no, you can't interrupt with these weapons, I believe, so correct me if I'm wrong. But it happens almost instantly, so you can get out of a pinch. Like, let's say you're stuck in a corner between 2 behemoths on an escalation, you can easily get out with this ability while still doing more damage. Because I know there's times where we might have our back against the wall, and there's times where you're going to have your back against the wall, and there's not much you can really do to get out of that situation. So this legendary ability is just perfect for that. And that's something the other 2 legendary weapons don't really offer. One gives you a damage bonus, and the other one gives you a really cool teleportation that can also interrupt. So I like that they kind of thought outside the box with this. I don't think many people realize that that might be the case, that you might need to get out of a situation, and this is the perfect ability to do so. And in terms of like just running things late game, I honestly think these are the weapons to go. This is probably going to be the go-to weapon of any variation of weapons that most people will try and use, especially on stuff like trials and just becoming a better slayer. They're just that good and they're worth it. They're not ridiculously strong in any sense or any way. They just offer a lot of variety to a playstyle that you may have. Like I said, most people will end up using for damage but not realizing that they can use this as an escape route or a way to get out of ability. And that's what I love. Like, I don't know if they like thought that way and it will work like that, but it seems like they might have. And that versatility in a weapon and ability itself is huge in games like Dauntless. So they are 100% worth it. And if possible, and you're like already close to late game farming in Dauntless, I would say definitely try and focus on farming these weapons first. But like I said, be careful because this is the hardest escalation that has come out. These Shadow Touch behemoths are no joke. Thrax can be a major bully if you let him, if you don't know what you're doing or if you don't have the right equipment. So it's a lot of precautions you definitely have to take. And with that being said, there's nothing wrong with the other legendary weapons themselves. They're all good. They all have their own special capabilities and different versatilities and different ways you can use them. But in my opinion, I'm probably going to be running these ones myself. It's because the ability itself is so good. Plus, Umbro is like freaking godlike, and there's no way you can change my mind about that. These weapons are 100% the go-to and definitely worth all the pain and struggle anybody's going to endure in order to get every single one of these weapons. And as you can see from the clips or highlights I'm using, I kind of use them in a variety of different ways, either to like do more damage or to get out of a place I don't want to be in and just kind of go crazy with them. Just keep in mind like what this ability does and how you can use it, and you'll definitely become a lot more of a successful slayer and a lot more versatile slayer. But that's going to be the end of the video for me. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Appreciate the love and support as always, and y'all have a beautiful and blessed rest of the time of whatever it is y'all doing. And until the next video, peace.